Pleasant good morning to all my viewers and my subscribers. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I hope you all keeping safe. So guess what? I want to do a little talk about Asafa Powell. Recently we saw Asafa Powell made a news where he was stating that if the system in Jamaica does not change, his kids are not going to be running for Jamaica. And he went on to further said that if he knew what he know now, but back in 2006, he got an offer to run for some other country, he would have taken it, and this is a sad story, and I must accept that, listen, the government can do better, the J3 can do better, but at the set point of it, you have a country that you have achieved so much for this country and so much for yourself, you understand me? And I would say if it wasn't for Asafa Powell maybe getting injured at certain times, not being able to fulfill a race, you understand me? Winning at major championships, I definitely think that Asafa Powell would have been, well, his name is already great, but I think if he had won more medals and stuff like that in those races that he faltered in, I think Asafa Powell will be greater. I must give him thumbs up. He is the athlete who definitely show other athletes that, listen, fast times can be run. He took that world record for Jamaica and then broke it again, and then Usain Bolt took it over. So we must commend you, Asafa Powell. You understand me? We are very grateful for what you did for the sports, showing other athletes that, listen, fast times can be run. You understand me? And you have definitely break way for other athletes, But on this topic, trust me, I am saying that Asafa Powell, the average person in Jamaica, cannot make a speech like you, right? Cannot. Because guess what? The resources are not there. It's not many persons have a wife that is half Canadian, half Ghanaian, or half American, or whatever. It's not many people have that choice. You understand me? And I'm not saying that people don't have a freedom of choice in our viewers. Don't get me wrong, Yes, people do have a freedom of choice. You get me? But at the end of the day, Asafa Powell, when you look at what these statements that you have made, that, listen, if the system in Jamaica does not change, your child is not going to run for Jamaica, right? Your kids not running for Jamaica does not guarantee that they are going to be a star athlete. You understand me? It may just be a case where, yes, they get a better support from the government. They get better heroes to train and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you are at a stage right now where your kids can basically get all the amenities they need, because you are, I wouldn't say wealthy, but you have your cash. Or you can use the word wealthy if you wish, my viewers. Alright? But come on, man. And as I said earlier on, everyone has their freedom of speech. But on my point of view, I think Asafa Powell is a little bit too harsh with things. I think he's a little bit too harsh. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not trying to say that, listen, you should not want good for your child, or your kids, or yourself, or the future athletes. I am not saying that, because I would want the best life for my son or my daughter. You understand me? And I sure know you would want that, right? But at the end of the day, right, why not try to find a way to see if time to come you could get to be a part of J3A body or something like that, where you can give some form of insight or so. But at the end of the day, if J3A is still doing well, the government is lacking in another part. You get me? So it's a roller coaster if you really look into it. It's really going to be a roller coaster, whether each way, And I heard some years ago they had promised lands and they did not get lands and stuff like that, you know. And he was saying that, you know, most of what he had to accumulate, right? He had to do that on his own. You know, there was much support, you know. So for the government out there, you know, I am calling on you all out there, these present athletes, these future athletes, these past athletes, try to build up something that you can keep in a connection with them to find out how they are doing and stuff like that, and you know, just keep in dialogue with them, you know, give them that extra boost of encouragement that, listen, they got a call from the Minister of Sports, Mr. Babsy Granger, or someone in authority say, oh, you're doing, I'm just checking up on you and stuff like that, you know. And for me, for the government to give these athletes a piece of land, I don't think it should be of much harm to the government, because the government has a lot of lands somewhere in Jamaica. Somewhere in Jamaica that they can always give these athletes, right? And time to come, these same athletes will be paying for this land, paying taxes for this land. So it's not going to be a loss on the government hand. You understand me? And we must give thumbs up to all of these sponsors out there that have come on board and helped these athletes, you know, in their nutrition through program and so on. You know, we must give thumbs up to all of these sponsors out there, you know. But as I said earlier on, Asafa Powell, I understand where you're coming from, that yes, the government is not doing what they should be doing and stuff like that. But at the said point in time, I think you should be grateful. Not saying that you are saying that you're ungrateful, you don't appreciate what the government did. But based on these remarks, I don't think they should have come out. I just think you should have just keep them somewhere underneath the cover, you know. But if I am wrong, someone can comment in the comment section and let me all hear from you what you think about what I'm saying and what Asafa Powell said. You understand me? Look at Usain Bolt. I am sure that you will not hear this from Usain Bolt, right? Not now, you know. But let us wait and see. You know, athletes had came out and said things earlier on, so we anticipate to see if there will be more. But at the end of the day, guess what? An athlete there complaining about something, not going to help you. Not going to help you, right? What you need to do, work hard in training. Whenever time to go on the Diamond League or whichever circuit, perform. Perform and make your money and make a name for yourself. That is the key. So whether or not the government or private stakeholders are helping you, you are doing enough for yourself. That's where it boils down to. You understand me? That's where it boils down to. So, athletes out there, I am not saying that you should not look out for a little help from the government or the private stakeholders and sponsors, but listen, train hard, go on the circuit, and do your best. So, as time goes by, you will help to develop your own future. You understand me? You would invest in some form of business where you can have the money turning over. So tomorrow when you decide to retire from track and field, you have a source of income, some business flowing. You understand me? And you know, you could also be a massage therapist. You know, you could be a coach. You could be something within the sports dimension. You understand me? Sports and arena. You know? And we heard about you and Blake coming out and talking about other things, but well, trust me, I think I turned on the fan of you. I didn't want too much nice, you know. But as I said earlier on, these statements by Asafa Powell, I don't really support it at all, you know. As I said, yes, you want better for your child, and yes, the government is lacking, J3 is lacking in certain ways, but come on, man. Be grateful and try to help your kids as much as possible. Don't give them that encouragement from now, you know. Yes, you don't want to see them live a better life and stuff like that, but come on, Asafa Powell. Think about the ways how you can help your kids from now, so tomorrow they will be the best of the best. So whether or not the system is messed up, right? Not saying that it's right. Whether or not the system is messed up, you is doing what is needed for your kids, and your kids is doing what is required from them to perform to the highest standard. You understand me? Boy, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to you all, my viewers, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. What you think about these comments about Asafa Poet. So, my viewers and subscribers, I just want to thank you all for subscribing, like, share, and comment. This is Jah-P Sports Talk. I want to wish you guys a beautiful Friday and all the best for the rest of the weekend. And just keep safe. You know, a lot of track and field is going on. So please stay tuned and just support Team Jamaica. We recently saw the relay team being named. Hopefully I will get to do another video on that. So just big up Team Jamaica and all the athletes out there just competed at the Carifta Games and Boys and Girls Champs and, you know, events to come up. Just keep focused, press on, and don't give up. You understand me? Don't give up. Keep pressing on, support Team Jamaica, and you all will make it in due time. You know? So, Miss Teresa Myers, Yard Food, Miss Amazing Amandri, School of Jamaica TV, Sports Circle Chief 05, you know, all my subscribers, Miss Monica Miles, big up everyone. So, until next time, please keep safe. Jah-P Sports Talk.